Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online project Ekalaiva. Already we are dealing with chemical kinetics. So many concepts we have learnt in chemical kinetics like average rate of a reaction, instantaneous rate, order, molecularity, and I have derived rate constant for zero order and first order and half-life period for zero order and first order. Up to that I have completed. Today we are going to see another important concept in chemical kinetics. What is that actually? We are going to see factors that affect the rate of a chemical reaction. So, the rate of a reaction depends upon various factors. There are so many factors that influences the rate of the reaction. So, here we are going to see the various factors that affects the rate of the reaction one by one. Are you ready, children? Take your notebook, come along with me. The first factor is concentration of the reactant. What is the first factor? Concentration of the reactant. The first factor is concentration of the reactant. So, how the rate of the reaction affects the concentration? Here, when you talk about the concentration of the reactant, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant. What is directly proportional? When the concentration of the reactant increases, rate also increases. When the concentration of the reactant decreases, the rate of the reaction also decreases. So, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration. The first point is rate of the reaction is directly proportional to rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. Directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. When the concentration increases, when the concentration of the reactant increases, the rate of the reaction increases. The rate increases. When the concentration decreases, the rate also decreases. When the concentration decreases, the rate decreases. So, what is the first factor I told you? The first factor is nothing but we are discussing about what is the concentration of the reactant. The concentration of the reactant plays a greater role in the rate of the reaction. How the concentration affects the rate of the reaction? Concentration and rate of the reaction are directly proportional. When the concentration of the reactant is greater, the rate is also greater. So, when the concentration increases, the rate of the reaction also increases. When the concentration of the reactant decreases, the rate of the reaction also decreases. So, concentration and rate of the reaction are directly proportional. Concentration and rate of the reaction are directly proportional. We are going to see with the example so that you will get complete clarity about this point. Now we are going to see how the concentration affects the rate of the reaction by giving one example. I am going to give one example so that you will have a complete clarity about the concentration and the rate. For example, a piece of wood burns rapidly. A piece of wood burns rapidly rapidly with 100% oxygen. A piece of wood burns rapidly with 100% oxygen than with 80% oxygen. Than with 20% oxygen. So here I have given one example to get clarity about the concentration of the reactant and the rate. So here I have talked about a piece of wood. So piece of wood burns rapidly with 100% oxygen. Already you know that for combustion we need oxygen. For burning we need oxygen. A piece of wood, if it gets 100% of oxygen, it will burn rapidly. The rate of the reaction will be greater because the concentration is greater. The concentration of the reactant is 100% here. As concentration is directly proportional to the rate, when it is 100% oxygen, the piece of wood burns rapidly with 100% oxygen than with 20% oxygen. So here pure air contains 100% oxygen. But oxygen in the atmosphere, but oxygen in the atmosphere is only 20%. Is only 20%. So depending upon the concentration of the reactant, the rate varies. So here I told about the, what is that, percentage of oxygen. So a piece of wood burns rapidly with 100% oxygen. So concentration of oxygen is greater. So when the wood burns with 100% of oxygen, the rate of the reaction is greater. Whereas when it burns with 20% oxygen, so what is happening? The rate of the reaction becomes slow. So here rate and the concentration are directly proportional. So when a wood reacts with 100% oxygen, concentration of oxygen is greater. So rate of the reaction is greater. Whereas with 20% oxygen, the reaction rate will come down. So this factor is very clear that the concentration, the rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of the reactant. We are going to see another factor. What is that another factor? Temperature. What is the other factor? Temperature. What is the temperature actually? What is the effect of temperature on rate of the reaction? Rate of the reaction is directly proportional to temperature. Rate is directly proportional to temperature. Rate is directly proportional to temperature. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, 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 the rate of the reaction will be doubled. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of the reaction is doubled. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of the reaction is doubled. So first factor I told about the, what is that, concentration of the reactant. Concentration and rate of the reaction are directly proportional. When the concentration increases, rate of the reaction increases. When concentration decreases, rate of the reaction decreases. I have given an example. A piece of wood burns rapidly with 100% oxygen. When the air has 100% oxygen, the reaction will be rapid, very fast. The rate of the reaction will be greater. because it gets 100% oxygen for burning, so the rate of the reaction will be greater. The same piece of wood, when it reacts with 20% of oxygen, where the rate of the reaction will be slow because the concentration of oxygen is less, so rate of the reaction is also less. The next one I told about the temperature. Temperature also plays a greater role in the rate of the reaction. Temperature and rate of the reaction are directly proportional. So, how can we prove that? For every 10 degree rise in temperature, if the temperature rises by 10 degree, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, how the rate of the reaction will be? The rate of the reaction will be doubled. So, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of the reaction will be doubled. So, we have seen two different factors now. We are going to see the other factors also. Okay children, let us continue with the next point. I have given two factors now. I have described two factors. I have told about the two factors, how it has influenced the rate of the reaction. Now we are going to see the third factor, which is nothing but nature of the reactant. Nature of the reactant. So here we are going to talk about the next important factor, that is nature of the reactant. So what is the nature of the reactant? Actually, the rate of the chemical reaction, the rate of the chemical reaction, the rate of the chemical reaction depends upon the breaking of old bonds, and formation of new bonds. Breaking of old bonds and formation of new bonds. So, the rate of the reaction depends upon the breaking up of old bonds and formation of new bonds. Depending on the effectiveness of the reactant molecule, depending upon the effectiveness of the reactant molecule, the bonds will be broken. The bonds of the reactant molecule will be broken and new bonds are formed. Here, for example, I am going to give an example now. Nitric oxide combines with oxygen to give nitrogen dioxide. Here, the reaction is taking place faster. The reaction is taking place at a faster rate. Whereas, another example where carbon monoxide combines with oxygen to give carbon dioxide, here the reaction is slow. So, what is the factor we are discussing now? Already I told about two factors. The third factor is nature of the reactant. Depending upon the nature of the reactant, the rate of the reaction will be. So, here actually the rate of a chemical reaction depends upon the breaking of old bonds. So, what will happen? The old bonds will be broken and it will lead to the formation of new bonds. Old bonds will be broken and new bonds will be formed. So, depending upon the effectiveness of the reactant molecule, if the reactant molecule is very effective, so in such a case, what is happening? The bonds will be broken easily and it will be converted into a product, and new bonds are formed which lead to the product formation. For example, nitric oxide combines with oxygen to give nitrogen dioxide. Here the reaction is taking place at a faster rate. And the same, one more example I am going to give, where carbon monoxide combines with oxygen to give carbon dioxide, where the rate of the reaction is slow. So, depending upon the nature of the reactant molecule, the rate of the reaction will be. So, the old bonds will be broken and new bonds will be formed. That is the theory. When the nature of the reactant, when the reactant species is very effective, when the reactant species is very effective, so in such a case what will happen? The bonds will be broken which lead to the formation of products. So, I gave two examples here where the rate of the reaction is faster in one case and slower in another case. For example, nitric oxide combines with oxygen to give nitrogen dioxide. Here the reaction is taking place at a faster rate. The same oxygen reacts with carbon monoxide to give carbon dioxide, where the reaction is taking place at a slower rate. So, from this point, from this factor, it is very clear that the nature of the reactant also plays a greater role for the rate of the reaction. So, depending upon the effectiveness of the reactant, the rate of the reaction will be. So, third factor talks about the nature of the reactant molecule. Okay children, let us continue with the next factor. What is that? Catalyst. So what is a catalyst? A substance that increases the speed of the reaction, without a substance which increases the speed of the reaction without changing its concentration, is called catalyst. So here, when you talk about hydrogen and oxygen, for example, H2 and O2 do not react at room temperature. H2 and O2 do not react at room temperature. In the presence of catalyst, platinum catalyst, the speed of the reaction increases. So here this factor talks about a catalyst that affects the rate of the reaction. What is a catalyst? A substance that increases the speed of the reaction without changing its initial concentration. We can call it as catalyst. So, for example, oxygen and hydrogen do not react at room temperature. At room temperature, hydrogen and oxygen do not react. But in the presence of platinum catalyst, hydrogen and oxygen combines, the reaction is taking place. Here, the speed of the reaction is increased by the catalyst which is known as platinum. Here, I am using platinum catalyst here in order to increase the speed of the reaction. So, catalyst also plays a greater role in the rate of the reaction. The next point we are going to talk about surface area of the reactant. Surface area of the reactant. surface area is directly proportional to rate of the reaction. Surface area is directly proportional to rate of the reaction. Surface area is directly proportional to rate of the reaction. For example, if one of the reactant is a solid, is solid in a reaction, one of the reactant is solid in a reaction, the rate depends on the subdivision of the solid. Rate depends on the subdivision of the solid. Rate depends on the subdivision of the solid. For example, if one of the reactant species is a solid, the rate of the reaction depends upon the subdivision of the solid. The rate of the reaction depends on the subdivision of the solid. Okay children, let us continue with the same point. We are discussing about the surface area of the reactant. So here I want to give an example. For example, a small piece of wood burns rapidly. A small piece of wood burns rapidly than a log of wood. A small piece of wood burns rapidly than a log of wood. What is the reason? Small particles have greater total surface area. Small particles have greater total surface area than the large particle. So here I told about a piece of wood burns rapidly. How it is possible? Because small particles will have larger total surface area when compared to large particle. So small particles will have greater total surface area when compared to large particle where the total surface area is less. As small particles have greater total surface area, what is happening? The particles are coming closer. The particles are coming closer leads to the particles are coming closer, which leads to the formation of products. So a small piece of wood, if we are taking a small piece of wood, what is happening? The wood particles in a small piece of wood, they will have greater total surface area because I have taken only a small piece of wood. So small particles will have greater total surface area. As a result, what is happening? These particles are coming closer, which leads to the formation of products. So larger the surface area, therefore larger the surface area of the reactant, larger the surface area of the reactant, greater will be the rate of the reaction. 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 So far we have discussed totally 5 factors that influence the rate of the reaction. First one, concentration of the reactant. Second one, I told about temperature. Third one, I told about nature of the reactant molecule. Fourth one, catalyst. And the last one, I told about surface area. So the rate of the reaction completely depends upon these factors. So reactant molecule, concentration of the reactant, temperature, nature of the reactant, catalyst and surface area of the reactant, all these play a greater role in influencing the rate of a chemical reaction. So up to this I am stopping today. We have discussed the factors that affect the rate of the reaction. I am going to talk about the next topic tomorrow. Thank you children.